I just wanna start enforcing some of this stuff, because we spend all our time working down there and trying to fix it, and then they come in and tear it all up.
I don't think you're getting grief from it.
Do you
Is
know
there
who
any,
someone?
is there any requirement
No.
about
No.
towing vehicles off your property? I don't know, John.
About towing it off, no.
Are you sure? Cause I brought this up about cars parking in my yard territory, or at the festival, I mean, that didn't pay or whatever, and just pull in my yard and leave, and they
Considering,
said something about I could be liable for that tow bill if the person that owned the car or something, what the hell was it I was told? And this is by a county officer, because I was complaining about someone, they just pulled up there and just got out, and I didn't know who it was. And they were saying something that I could be, since I'm the one who called the wrecker, that I could be held accountable for that bill.
It's posted, and we'd use I know for municipality, Paddocks, Millers, and Murray's tow for us for free, and to get your vehicle back, you're paying them. Because if they don't move this thing, it's gonna have to be Millers or Paddocks that has a truck big enough. Yeah, Boggs would be too. They would, them too, I forgot about them, but I'm hoping it's gone, because last night, when we had the meeting here last night, I left last night and went down there, and it was there.
it was
Well,
there
now, on the
today.
way back today, they took the tractor and left the trailer.
See, I didn't even notice.
The
Yeah, they
tractor's,
parked it.
the tractor's gone, it's just the trailer parked in the middle of the lot now.
Did
It's
you
a-
get all the information off of it? License plate number?
It's,
I
it's,
write
a- it's
everything
a,
down.
it's a trade winds semi.
Yeah, but I mean, so you know.
I mean,
Maybe we ought need to call Tradewinds and let them know that
Well, that's
their
what I'm gonna
drivers,
do.
their drivers are leaving their trailer set on, on private property that is posted, and they're gonna be towed.
Got 24 hours, or
yeah, that's,
you get out of here, or we're gonna tow it.
I'm gonna call them, if it's there in the morning, I'm gonna call trade winds and tell them, you need to get this, because at the end of this day, it's being towed. And there's no
I don't
parking.
know whose it is, I mean,
No, either.
I don't know, if it's, Klima's, I don't know exactly what he does. I think he was like some kind of security or something, and she works in the office or something at some trucking firm
Yeah,
over in
Tradewinds.
Westfield. Is it Tradewinds?
Yeah, but there's about 5 people in this town that work for trade winds.
Well, I know the guys over here in Dick's old house are friends of Klima's, and they were the ones parking semis down there too, cause he was a truck driver, so I don't know who the driver may have been, but we need to get it addressed, they're damaging our
Yep.
property with
Yep.
them, so we need to do
Absolutely.
something about it. So,
Agree.
But I thought about, even until it was available, getting the cable just for the drive.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I used the state highway signposts. I mean, they're big enough.
Big enough.
Yeah, to hold, I mean, they'll hold the cable. They're the big ones.
just need to make sure it's back far enough and it's fluorescent to where somebody pulling in there at night, they don't hit it and tear the hell out of the front of the vehicle.
Or
Then
kids on go-karts get.
Somebody
Well,
can
I'll-
get there
I'll-
and take their head off. We need to do something to mark that in some manner to where
The
it's
rest in
visible
orange
even at
paint.
night. Somehow, if we're doing
There's
cable,
like tape on it.
if else put a gate, gated, put a farm gate or something on it or something, I don't know, just something that, I don't wanna see anybody get hurt, I guess is
No,
what I'm
yeah.
getting at,
We don't really own where that batting net is.
We don't own that.
We don't own that. The town doesn't own that, do they?
Guy
Just
named
right where
Farley
the field
does.
goes out.
Some guy named Farley.
No, it's about 12 feet of that parking lot belongs to Alan Farley. Those batting cages are on his, it's been surveyed, the pins are down there.
I didn't know that. I thought when they set that out there, they'd sit on their own property and stuff, and then come to find out.
They didn't even ask
their
him.
Property. There was fence posts, I was mowing down there, and there was fence posts that were put down there, old farm posts, every so often. And one was down, this one was laying on the ground, this was leaning way over, and I was mowing. I pulled them all up, and then Andy tells me, he says, those aren't even the legs. I said, really?
They're
He said, no,
Allen's.
Alan put those up to keep people from going over there and tearing the hell out of this field. And I was like,
But did you see that big rock?
I pulled them all, I pulled
It's
every
his
one.
fault!
I pulled every one of them up and hauled them back there and put them by the shed.
Somebody destroyed their car and came down Central and went straight. Did you see how far they moved it? That rock's got
That
to
was
weigh,
that
that rock's got to weigh about 4,000 pounds.
That's that guy that lives at Ben's Barn in that truck. He did it.
How?
It was
Drunk?
It was icy. I don't know.
How?
I don't know.
So that destroyed, it was him, huh? Because it moved that rock about 20 feet. That rock was sunk in the ground about that far, and it
Scooted
is probably the biggest rock down there. It's got to weigh 3,000 or 4,000 pounds. It has to.
at least.
It's like this big around.
Have we heard any conversation from any of the youth leagues or anything?
Rick?
Have you?
I forgot to bring this up, I was gonna mention it, James Wright, I don't know if you guys know James Wright or not. He called me, before our board meeting, and he was planning on attending our board meeting. And I don't know what happened, I haven't talked to him since, but he is wanting to see about getting something organized up here and try to get a youth league and the baseball teams going. And I told him, I said, well, we're probably too late for this season. He said, no, he said, I think I could still get something, organized. And he had a couple other guys that he had been working along with they were involved with Cicero and stuff when his kids were playing ball. He's been involved with baseball for years. And he was asking what the possibility was with him coming up here and getting something going. And I said, I think he would be probably 100% chance of getting use of this. And I told him, I said, Rick Pfeiffer right now we kind of got a verbal agreement with Rick that he's down there maintaining that so he can get a men's softball team possibly going on the Big Diamond and stuff. And he goes, well, that wouldn't be no problem. He said, working with that. And I said, just come on up. And he had two guys that he'd been associated with doing baseball stuff that he wanted to see about getting it. And I said, our main goal is to get this thing up and running where the kids in the town of Atlanta that want to play ball can go down here and play ball. And he said that they had been going to Cicero for the last several years because, there wasn't any other leagues. And he said that he didn't really want to be down Cicero, but his kids are older now and he wants to get an older league going also. So he was supposed to come up and talk to the board, and I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But that's one thing that I forgot to bring up at the meeting Tuesday night.
Is he a local guy?
Pardon?
Is he a local guy?
Arcadia, his family's been in Arcadia for years, and you know his mom.
I'm trying to.
Rhonda Wright,
Sure.
that's his mom.
Okay.
Paul, his brother Paul,
So
and
Georgie would have been his grandma.
yep,
You know
Okay.
Rhonda?
Huh?
You know Rhonda? I used to work with her for
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
yep,
I know who she is. I mean, I don't.
yeah, that's his mom.
Grocery store days.
Bob is his dad. Bob Wright.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, him and Rick and James have been doing that siding work up here at Northburg.
Oh,
That modular that they're putting green and white trim on, they're doing that work.
okay.
So, he's the one who was inquiring about it, and he is very, very interested in it, so I told him to come on up, and he said he'd help, he does construction. He said he'd be more than happy to jump in there and do work too, and so was the other guys that he's referring
I'm
to.
surprised we hadn't heard anything,
I'll call him if I get a chance, I have to think about it tomorrow, I'll call him, let him know that I mentioned it, and that if he's still interested in doing something, to come on up, and we'd be more than happy to talk to him. Cause I told him we'd love just to get that thing back up par and get, the buildings fixed, and he said he can do plumbing and all that, and I said, well, I think Rick has got most of that done, I'm not 100% sure, and he said, I'll do whatever, if, we can work something out, he said, I'd do internet work up there,
Teamwork.
so,
good.
hopefully, that sounded kinda promising whenever he was asking about it. He called me out of the blue. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he asked me to give him a call, and got in touch with him, and,
Anything else for the calls tonight?
can we have another meeting tomorrow?
Meeting overload.
Yeah, I got a drama
Busy boy.
program tomorrow.
I had a meeting Monday in Arcadia, meeting here Tuesday, and I was
that
tickled to
you
death when
today?
Fred said the BZA meeting was called
Plan
off,
commission.
or Plan Commission meeting, I was tickled to death. There's another meeting.
I was too. Andy called and said they couldn't come, and I said, well, we might as well just cancel.
Went to that fire territory meeting and then come to this meeting. Fred, I'm glad Fred called me, because I forgot about it. My day has been turned upside down from the get-go. I got to work and one guy's not showing up and the other guy was sicker than a dog and I sent him home, so I'm there by myself and I go in to do the labs and then the guy from out at the gas station on that gas leak calls me and wants me to come out there. So I had to go out there and I hadn't even got my lab started. And I get back and we got our renewal for our discharge permit for the sewage plant, so I'm sitting there going through it and reviewing it, and it's 28 or 29 pages, and I'm reading every bit of that and highlighting stuff, and my wife calls me and says, "Did you forget about your doctor's appointment?" I said, "When's it?" "Here it is, it's about noon," and she says, "At 1:20? I said, "I haven't even started the labs," and I said, "You gotta be kidding me." Nope. So I rushed through the labs and I was 15 minutes late getting my doctor's appointment. And I said, "Am I too late for my appointment yet?" And luckily she said, "No, I think the first patient's still back there with him." I said, "Good deal." Alright, so I got to see the doctor and I said, "I wanna go that." By the time I got out of there, 3 o'clock.
You actually,
So
yeah,
I got down there 15 minutes late, so I got to the end where they adjourned the meeting.
didn't answer any questions.
So then I had to run back out, meeting adjourned.
What a
I had to run back out and finish my labs.